6 years ago, Heather Bateman's husband, Michael, was knocked down on a country road.
I saw him 1 minute, the next minute I saw him, he was lying on the ground. An ambulance came, and he never stood up or spoke again. It was the most horrific thing.
Michael fell into a coma. They'd been married for 28 years, and as the main breadwinner, his wages paid the household bills.
Had you both made plans for the future?
We'd written our wills. I assumed that would be all I would need for the rest of our lives.
But as Michael was still alive, Heather discovered she wasn't allowed to use any of his money.
Heather couldn't legally have access to Michael's accounts whilst he was ill because he hadn't granted her power of attorney over his finances before the accident. With that in place, she would have had complete control over all of his money. Instead, she had to apply to the Court of Protection. That is a court set up to protect the assets of vulnerable people.
Lawyer Julia Avery is an expert in this field.
Lasting powers of attorney are a document you put in place now so that the right kind of decisions, the decisions you've made for yourself, can be made by someone else for you at a time when you can't do it.
Heather finally got permission to manage her husband's finances, but with very strict conditions attached.
I could never write a cheque more than £500. Our daughter had just started university and the fees were over £1,000. So I was sort of being asked to ask permission to pay my own daughter's university fees.
Having power of attorney could have saved Heather significant costs and a great deal of distress. After nearly 3 years in a coma, her husband Michael died.
I cried when Michael died, and I cried when I was released from the Court of Protection, that at last I was free. I wouldn't want anybody to go through that if they could avoid it.